As many of you know or may not know, we in the Wildwood community have experienced the power and majesty of the Friedman amplifiers. And I gravitated to the Smallbox 50 myself. I always enjoyed playing Plexi Marshalls back in the day, but obviously for various different reasons, not the most practical device to use on your everyday gigs. But what I love about Marshalls is that you crank them up, they sound glorious. You turn the volume down on your guitar, they clean up great, and it's just the greatest tone on earth. But in order to get that tone, you got to crank those amps like a demon of the night. What? And with Friedman, somehow old Dave Friedman has managed to make an amplifier that has a master and a gain, and you can conjure up the sounds of a Plexi Marshall at any volume, and it behaves like the old ones do, which is usually not the case. Usually got a gain and a master, and a kind of preamp scenario doesn't do it. But he's managed to do it, and that's why the amps are so highly sought after, and they sound glorious. So then we started using them in the Wildwood layer as our lead sound. So we go from our Tone King Imperial for the clean sounds, and then we AB over to a Smallbox 50 Wildwood version, which has an additional gain stage on it, through a 212 Friedman bottom. And one day, after we got done shooting a day of videos in the Wildwood lair, we came back to the store, and I occasionally will do just some quick videos on an iPhone for people that want me to check out a specific guitar that may have just come in, or maybe someone just bought a guitar and they want me to do a quick little run through and give a shout out or whatever. So I got back to the store and I plugged into a guitar that they wanted me to play, and then they said, we're going to plug into this little Friedman combo. I'm like, okay, great. So I played a little bit, and they had their phones on and their cameras on. And they said, well, what do you think of that amp? I said, well, it's awesome. Of course, I love these Friedman things. And there was a single 12 combo, which was really cool. And they said, well, it's yours. I said, what? They said, some customer who wishes to remain anonymous found out that I didn't actually own a Friedman and thought it would be nice to purchase me one. So that was a glorious day indeed. I was quickly sent home, and I've been using it. I use a bunch of different amps. I do like using the Friedman. I've done some gigs where I just bring a cord, and I plug into the amp, and I set up the first channel, which is more like a traditional Plexi. I turn it up so it's just turned to overdrive a little bit, and then the second channel is more like a modified Plexi, and then I hit that button and it becomes more viscous. And I'll just bring that. I'll bring like my Tele, a cord, that amp. This past weekend, I did this thing last year, and I did it this year too. It was a benefit, and these friends of mine I've known since we were in high school have this kind of, well, it's a Southern rock band. They do, Skinner and Allman Brothers and ZZ Top and this kind of stuff. And they had me come out for this special occasion for this benefit, and I play a set with them. And I brought my Greg Martin Collector's Choice number 15 Custom Shop Les Paul, which sounds glorious, and a cord, my curly lava cable cord, I might add. And I brought the Friedman with no pedals, just the pedal that it comes with to change the channels. And I showed up, and the other guys in that band use half stacks. And so when I showed up with that amp, they're like, we play really loud. You think you're going to be okay with that? And I'm like, I think I'll be fine. Because these guys use half stacks, but they don't really crank them. They have preamp distortion on them to an extent, so they get it so they slightly overdrive, and then they hit an overdrive pedal on top of it. So I said, we'll be okay once we start. And I cranked that Friedman. I didn't even have to crank it up. I don't even think I had it past 10 o'clock on the master. And it sounded glorious. And again, clean sound, turn down the volume of the guitar, you get your clean sound, turn it up, it's rocking. Go to the other channel, and it's soup time. Delicious soup with viscous vegetables and meat matter. A cauldron of spicy roux. Can you dig it? So I have to say, I am a fan of for what the Friedman does, which is kind of the best Marshall that never was. It's a glorious utensil. Can you dig it? That's my Friedman story. Dig it. Gregory Koch, Wildwood Vision, out.